Rule number 1, take steps to decrease your time watching television and emotionally eating. Try writing or speaking your journal. So in a lot of my videos, I like to talk about journaling. This is something that I still do. Okay, so there are so many creative ways to express yourself. When you think about all the things you have gone through due to being in a dysfunctional relationship with a narcissist or a cluster B personality, I mean, really, you have to have a constructive outlet. You have to have some sort of solid foundation for your support base. And part of that means you are expressing what you have gone through. You don't have to do this in front of the narcissist or the cluster B personality because they're just going to eat that up. So if you can find some kind of way to express what you have gone through, you know, the hurt, the pain, the anger, even the rage, there are ways that you can do that. See, once a person starts to look for ways that they're going to heal and thrive forward, it's amazing how many opportunities will come up into that person's life. This happens when you decide you're going to thrive forward. You're not going to just sit by and just wither away, okay, quietly after narcissistic abuse. No, you have decided that you will reclaim your life and reclaim your personal power. Journaling, believe it or not, is a very powerful thing to do. Because again, you're letting go of a lot of things that happen. You're not excusing or belittling what the narcissist has done. You're not doing that. No, you are reclaiming your life and you're reclaiming your personal power simply by getting that energy out. There's a lot of negative energy behind being in a relationship with a narcissist. So one way to clear that energy and release that energy cycle from the narcissist is to actually keep a journal. Get that stuff out. One creative way that you can journal is to get a tape recorder and start speaking. You don't have to place pen to pad. Now that's one way. That's the traditional way of journaling that a lot of us know about. But another way of journaling, as I stated, is to take a tape recorder and start speaking. If you would like, go to your computer, start typing. That's another way to journal. You don't have to necessarily place pen to pad. But by journaling, that is a very powerful way to release a lot of that toxic energy that was accumulated during the relationship with the narcissist. Now, if you are still living with the narcissist or the cluster B personality, this still applies. Because maybe your circumstances is that you cannot physically remove yourself from the relationship. This does not mean you have to wither up in the corner and die, figuratively speaking. You don't have to do that. You can still reclaim your personal power. You can take some steps for yourself today. You just have to want it. Okay? So again, tool number 1, take steps to decrease your time watching television. This is something that a lot of us do, myself included sometimes. Okay? We watch too much television. Decrease your time watching television shows that do not speak to your power, your personal power. So you have to think about all the energy it's taking to watch television that may increase your depression, increase your anger. And then while you are emotionally eating, that means being an emotional eater, and I'm not judging, been there, done that, okay? When we are depressed, sometimes we reach for things in the refrigerator, or we reach for things in the cabinets to eat, and it's usually junk food. I often heard it said that a person who eats junk food that is salty, that means they are very angry and they're not dealing with their anger. I'm just sharing here. I'm not saying I said this. I'm just sharing with you what I have heard over the years. If someone is eating a lot of sweets, but it's junk food, that means that they feel that they lack love in their life. Just think about it. A lot of the times when we feel angry and or sad, what do? We eat. That's what you call an emotional eater. That's a phrase that I've often heard. So when you combine television watching with emotional eating, what do you get? More than likely someone who's going to sink further down in the sunken place. And that is where the narcissist wants you. Try to take steps to decrease your time watching television. And instead of doing that and emotional eating, start to journal. Get that stuff out of you. This is one excellent way to clear the low energy cycle from the narcissist and to clear that negative and toxic energy from the narcissist. Tool number 2, watch and or listen to your favorite motivational speaker in order to help lift your spirits. Now, a lot of my stars, okay, I really appreciate you watching and listening and tuning in to Luminousz Star. Now, I don't want to, I don't want to tell you not to do that. I don't want to suggest you don't do that. However, I would like to challenge you to find a motivational speaker and start to listen to their tapes. Start to watch some of the YouTube videos of your favorite motivational speakers. Some of you are already doing this. And this also helps you to come up out of the sunken place. See, the narcissist would like for you to remain depressed and angry. The narcissist wants you to remain stuck, especially in the sunken place. That's not really where you want to be. So watch and or listen to your favorite motivational speakers. Just add that to watching the Luminousz Star channel. Okay? So this will help to lift your spirits and bring you up out of that sunken place. Third tool, review your stuck points instead of drawing any conclusions based upon your emotions. So when we start to think about some of the things that we have gone through with the narcissist, okay, or due to the dysfunctional behavior of the narcissist, we start to feel certain emotions such as anger and sadness. I completely relate to this. However, this keeps you in the sunken place. It keeps you stuck if you don't have a constructive outlet. If you are feeling those unpleasant emotions, but you have a support base, then you're in a good place. You're not in the sunken place, because it is completely human to feel even unpleasant emotions such as anger. That's a human experience. So I wouldn't suggest frowning on that or thumbing that down. It's a complete human thing to do, is to feel emotions, even if it's unpleasant emotions such as anger. Reviewing your stuck points. Now, what is a stuck point? A stuck point is conflicting beliefs and strong negative beliefs. It's conflicting beliefs or strong negative beliefs which invoke or influence negative emotions such as sadness and anger. We don't always think it's pleasant to feel these emotions, but we have to. This is part of the human experience. So review your stuck points. I cannot answer for you what those stuck points are, but I will tell you, more than likely, if you haven't worked through a lot of things pertaining to the narcissist, you have stuck points. Because being in a relationship with a narcissist is very traumatic for most people. So when we have stuck points, these are conflicting or strong, unpleasant beliefs that create unpleasant emotions such as sadness and or anger. Usually when people think about what they have gone through because they were in a relationship with a narcissist, what types of emotions come up? Anger, sadness. These are very unpleasant emotions. When people feel strong, unpleasant emotions, and they combine that with conflicting beliefs, these beliefs often stem from childhood, then that is a recipe for remaining in the sunken place where the narcissist can continue to feed. Okay, so what I would like everyone to get out of these tools here is how to take back your personal power. The narcissist has done enough damage in your life. So we are sitting around sometimes. You may be feeling very stuck. You may feel helpless and powerless. But I'm here to tell you from personal experience, you have to want to thrive forward. You have to want it. I cannot make you want it. No one else can make you want it. You have to want that. Because a person can talk about what they've gone through with the narcissist or the cluster B personality, all the things that they have experienced, all of the negative emotions or the unpleasant emotions. You know, we can talk about that all day, all night. It doesn't change what happened. It does not change it. This is not to belittle your experience. This is not to excuse the narcissist for their dysfunctional behavior. Not at all. The bottom line is this. When a person is ready to thrive forward, they will have a support base. They will work that support base. And that support base will have tools that will help them. Those tools will be very effective. Every tool is not going to be for that person, but they will have a lot of tools that they can have, that they can work through, that will help them to thrive forward. That's what it's about. The narcissist cannot bring a person down who's doing that. A narcissist and a cluster B personality really cannot stop a person from thriving forward and being committed to their own healing if that's what he or she really wants. Anyone who's speaking, okay, so does their speech match my thoughts? Does it help me to thrive forward? If that's a yes, then that's the check and go. Okay, thriving forward. Even reviewing my stuck points. This will keep me out of the sunken place simply because I'm, again, being mindful. It comes naturally to you as you thrive forward, as you're committed to your own healing, as you're working your support base. These things come naturally. It's not going to seem like it's a lot of tedious chores. So reviewing stuck points also is a game changer. That will help me to stay out of the sunken place. So instead of drawing any conclusions based upon my emotions, see, that means that I'm reviewing my stuck points. Reviewing stuck points means that you are open to looking for the evidence that supports what you're thinking and feeling at the moment. So if you agree with the narcissist, that has nothing to do with the narcissist. If you agree that you're overweight or underweight because the narcissist insulted you, that then has nothing to do with the narcissist. That then is what's going on with you. Because why do you agree with him or her? And why does it hurt you, even though it's been a little while since they said it? So what's going to get you out of the sunken place is to review your stuck point. What evidence do you have? And if it is true, once you review your stuck point, if you find and you conclude that yes, you are underweight or yes, you are overweight, then that's when you become your own problem solver. What are you going to do to change that? Are you changing it for the narcissist or are you doing it for yourself? That's how you review your stuck points. Again, what is a stuck point? A stuck point is a conflicting belief. It is a strong negative belief that can create an unpleasant emotion, such as sadness and or anger. So when you're stuck in that and you keep on concentrating on that, that's how you can sink lower in the sunken place. So review your stuck points in order to come up out of the sunken place. And then if you agree with the narcissist about something they said, then push aside the narcissist and look at yourself and say, okay, how am I going to resolve this? What do I want to change about myself? In other words, take the narcissist out of the picture because he or she doesn't deserve to be in your life anyway if they are putting you down. They don't. That's how we review our stuck points. We look at the evidence and we try to find the evidence or the facts actually, to compare to what we're feeling at the time. At the time, we may be feeling sad. Then all kinds of negative stuff are going through the mind. That's the perfect time to review your stuck point, because that's what's keeping you in the sunken place. Instead, you look at the evidence instead of drawing any conclusions based on your emotions. Because if your emotions are of sadness or anger, more than likely the conclusion that you draw is going to be wrong. It's going to be wrong. It's not going to reflect reality. So review your stuck points by looking for the evidence that supports what you are thinking and feeling at the time of despondency. The narcissist says something ridiculous. The narcissist is insulting you or being verbally abusive. See, those things start to come back to the memory, especially when we are alone and we're sad. It's amazing how it starts coming back to the surface. So again, that is how you review your stuck point. Start looking for the evidence that supports whatever the narcissist said. And if you have concluded that it is true what they said, that's when I would like to challenge you to push the narcissist out of the way, and then ask yourself, look at yourself and ask yourself, how am I going to resolve this? What is the solution? And am I doing this for myself, or am I doing it for the narcissist? I certainly hope you find these tools to be very much the game changer. I know I do. Okay? These are great tools.